Hello. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a beautiful week. It is test time at SCU. So I figured today would be a great day for us to do some restorative movements, do some Nadi Shodhana, something calming breath-wise, and take care. All right. So today's session will be very, very peaceful, grounding, and a little bit more gentle than usual. For the most part, we've been very kind to one another while we've been moving, and hopefully, you've been just as kind to yourself. But I figured what a great day it would be, seeing as it is the last couple of weeks here of this term at SCU. So I thought it would be a fantastic idea to take out a little bit of distress with movement. All right. So I'm going to set up here and get you all situated. Maybe on a little bit of a pedestal. And then we'll get this party started. All right. So we'll start in a seated position. And if you've done Nadi Shodhana before, this won't be new to you. You'll start, if this is kind of complex, you can always return to our basic abdominal breathing, which we've done in the past, but you can also do this seated. I truly recommend that when you're doing the pranayama work, that you're always upright, okay? So if you just had any food, or if you are really full or not quite digested yet, it would be a good idea to do this a little bit later, maybe an hour after. Otherwise, you can start with me. So we'll start with our thumb and our ring and pinky finger, right? These are the fingers that we're using today on the right hand. We're going to use the right thumb to close the right nostril, and we'll inhale into the left. Switch nostrils. Those two other fingers will close the left nostril and exhale through the right. Then you'll inhale again into the right nostril. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale, left. And keep going. Inhale, left. Close left. Exhale, right. Inhale through the right nostril. Close right. Exhale through the left. Inhale to the left. Close left. Exhale to the right. Once again, breathe in right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale to the left nostril. Close left. Exhale through the right. Inhale to the right. Close right. Exhale through the left. One more full round. Inhale through the left. Close left. Exhale through the right. Inhale to the right nostril. Close right. Exhale through the left nostril. Release the hands and return to a natural breathing for about 4 breaths. Three more breaths. Two more breaths. One last time. Breathe in. And exhale through the nose. And softly open your and rest. All right, so from here, Padottasana 1. So we Padottasana 2. Last week we did Padottasana 3, the wood chopping and windmill turning. And we also did Surya Namaskar in multiple videos. So we have that. We talked about Virabhadrasana. And remember, today we're doing very, very simple, basic movement. And then we'll end again with a breathing exercise. Likely we'll do Samavriti, which we haven't done yet, but we'll do today. All right? So this is a really simple exercise. We'll start, actually, since we're seated already, we're going to start with the head movements, which usually happens at the very end. But today we'll do them here. Maybe we'll repeat them. All right? So you'll take a nice inhale, and the whole time you can try to achieve Ujjayi breath, which is almost like this kind of like very gentle Darth Vader sounding breathing, where you breathe and you hear it through the back of the throat. So it goes like this, and maybe you or may not be able to hear, but we'll try. Breathing in. Exhale out through the nose. So the whole time you'll be breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the nose. All right? So here we go. Breathing to the right. Exhale all the way to the other side through the nose. Same thing again. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale to the left. All right, and we'll go a little bit faster, breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. All right, coming to the center. We'll do the same thing, looking down toward the floor and then all the way up to the ceiling. All right, try your best to continue breathing. So we'll breathe in and lift the head as you gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, drop the head down through the nose. 4 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. One last time, breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Good. Come back to the center. All right. So we did side, look to the right, look to the left, down and up. So now we did, we'll do side, listening to the left shoulder and then listening to the right shoulder. All right. And then we'll do a full revolution with our head one direction and same thing, opposite direction. If it feels a little fast for you, you can go slower or you can go a little bit quicker if you want. All right. Here we go. Breathing in as you circle around. Actually, we'll listen first. So listen to the right shoulder. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, listen the opposite way. And up. Again, breathe and lean. And up. Once again, inhale. Exhale. All right, from here, we'll do a full circle. So we'll lean to that same shoulder we began with and circle fully all the way around. Chin to the sternum. Listen to the opposite shoulder. Gaze and lift up. Make sure you don't completely go into your lower back. You're going to lift up through the front of the chest. Listen to the opposite shoulder and then drop back down to the sternum and then come to the center. Same thing other way. So lean and listen. All the way to the left side. Exhaling where you can. And bring the body back up. Same thing, back to the opposite direction. Breathe in, circle the neck. Feel the shoulder blades stay stable while you let the head go all the way around on that revolution. Go back to the other direction as you breathe. Feel the abdomen stay connected Last time, breathe and circle. Feel the waist lift. And lift the head back to the center. All right. So from this position, we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. All right. I'm going to take my socks off here. And I'm going to stay sideways so you can see the bottom of my feet. All right. So if this is too hard for your hip flexors, you can sit down on a little bolster or even fold your mat in half to get a little bit of a raise underneath your pelvis and stretch the legs out. All right. If you feel fine, continue on. We're just going to flex through the feet as we inhale. Exhale, reach through the toes. All right, breathe in. Exhale. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And now we're going to go through dorsiflexion today. So that's just flexing through the feet, pressing through the tips of the toes, and then back to flexion. This is a little addition I like to add. Press through the tippy toes, back up to all 10. And press through the tippy toes. Let's do about 3 to 5 of each one. And press through the tippy toes and flex. It's really great for the QLs too, the lower back area. And flex one more time. Press through those tippy toes. Back to flexion. From here, inhale, crunch through the toes. Spread all 10 toes. Really try to get the pinky toes back in line with the thumbs. And crunch through the toes. Stretch. 3 more. Crunch through. Notice if one side of the body is trying to sink. And 2 more. Crunch through the toes. Lift up through the waist. And open all 10 toes. Last one. And crunch through the toes. And open the toes. Now from this position, we're going to circle the feet. So you can circle them away from each other. Opening the toes around. Point through the front. Flex. All right. So it'll look like this with the hands. Point. Around and lift. All right. We'll do that 3 times one way, 3 times the other way. Point through the toes. Flex, turn the feet out, bring the feet up. All right. If you can't keep the legs straight, it's perfectly fine. You can even put your hands here to support your back if it's too hard on your lower back. And then we'll reverse it. Circle out, point to the front, flex through the heels. And out to the front, flex through the heels. One more time, turn it around, point through the front, flex through the heels. Great. Now from this position, we did both directions. We pointed, we flexed it. Now we're going to take our foot, bend the knee, and use the foot, crank the ankle all the way around and point through the toes. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Really try to be very, very generous with your foot and open up the whole bottom of your foot so that way you're really getting full movement in that ankle, other direction. And down, around, and lift. Press through the heel. Point through the toe. This time you get to use your hands as an assistant. All right. You can do this seated as well. It'll give you a nice piriformis stretch as well. That's right there in the hip. All right. And then we'll switch feet. All right. Same thing, opposite side. Now turn so you can see me do the same thing. And down, around, and up. Flex. Down, around, and up. Flex. Down, around, and up. Watch your posture and breathe. Other direction. And down, around, and up. And you can always slow this down on the video or speed it up if it feels slow for you. That's the beauty of YouTube. Down, around, and up. When you go back to it, down, around, and up. Good. All right. So we did all of the pointing, flexing, really opening up the bottom of the feet that have all of the nerve endings in your body at the bottom. So really, we don't acknowledge our feet enough. Now you're going to grab the back of the hamstring. Try to keep the back straight. If this is too hard on your back, you can also lie all the way down and reach the leg up and bend it in, right? It's a really nice way for you to still get all of that stretching done. You get a little bit more of digestion while lying, but sitting up will give you this beautiful strength in the back, right? So it's not so much about straightening the leg, it's more about keeping the back long, all right? So you'll breathe in and exhale. Keeping that back long. Inhale and exhale. Again, breathe and reach and exhale. Let's do one more for good measure and exhale. Now from here, we're going to circle the whole foot around, all right? So just allowing the knee to circle. And 2 and 3. Remember, it's not about a straight leg. It's more about a straight spine. 2 and 3 All right, and then from here, we'll bend that knee and switch legs. Grab the opposite leg, lift up through the waist, reach that leg out. Keeping a nice long back. The body should be nice and erect. The spine should be long, stretch, and bend. Once again, reach it out and bend it in, and reach it up and bend it in. From here, circle that leg around, drawing a circle, allowing the knee joint to get a little bit of fluid moved around. If you hear a lot of cracking, that's an indication that your body is dry, all right? Circle. If you need to change the range of motion at any time, you can. And remember your modification, if it's too much on your back, you can always lie down and do the same exact thing, all right? And from here, we'll go. Bend both of your knees or one knee, depending on your body. I'm gonna go for both today, all right? So you can open up the right knee and bring it back up. Nice and simple. Inhale, open. Exhale, come back. Inhale, open. Exhale, come back. Same thing, opposite knee. Open the opposite knee out and bring it back up. Open it out and bring it back up. Open it out and bring it up. One more time. Good. Now from here, let both knees open. You can stretch forward and close both knees. And both knees open. And exhale, close both knees. Again, both knees open. And close both knees. Last one, breathe in, open. And close both knees, all right? Now from here, I'm gonna add a couple of little spices, I like to say, all right? So let your knees be open. If this is enough for you, if it feels uncomfortable, you can cross your legs, you can sit in a seat. I'm gonna keep my feet in that Bakasana position where the knees are open and the feet are together. It's almost like butterfly wings, right? If this is enough for you, you can just drop your knees up and down, stretching out the hips. Otherwise, I'm gonna have you get nice and tall through the center. Inhale, lift. Pitch the body weight forward. Exhale, round the back and drop the head toward the toes. You're gonna slowly let your round ball lean toward the back and stack your vertebra all the way back up. All right, pitch the body forward. Drop the head down toward the toes. Round the body away from the pelvis, leaning back. Get all the way back up to the center with a nice tall back. One more time. Pitch the body weight forward. Drop the head down toward the toes. Curl the spine back, coming off of your sits bones, your ischium bones, and then come back to the center, right back onto those two ischium bones, stack the vertebra all the way up. All right, we're gonna reverse this. You're gonna pull the navel in, round your back. All right, drop your body to flat back, and then round forward, and lean back again. Curl the spine away, and lengthen up through the straight back. Pitch the body forward and round the spine down. One last time. Curl the spine back, pulling the navel in. And extend the spine up nice and tall. Pitch the body weight forward and curl down. You'll stay down this time. Just walk the palms forward and take a nice deep breath into the lower back. Exhale. Again, breathe in. Exhale. One more deep breath in. And out. Good. So you got a nice stretch in the inner thighs. Grab behind that hamstring and you're going to take the whole hip and just circle it fully around as you breathe in. One time. 2 times. 3 times. Reverse it. 3 times. 2 times. 1 time. All right. Same thing, switching legs. Grab behind the hamstring. Get nice and tall. Breathe and circle that leg open. And around. Good. Reverse it 3 times. 2 times. Breathing. 1 time. Reverse it. Breathe. And lift. 2. And 1. Great. Now from here, I'm going to cross my legs. You're welcome to keep the legs long or sit in a chair, and I'm going to face you. All right. Now we're going to work on the upper half of the body. All right. Generally speaking, if you find that you're really tight in the hamstrings or your hip flexors are very restricted, It can be super aggravating to stay with your legs directly in front of you, or if you have an injury. Furthermore, if you have any of those things, it may be best, in fact, it is best, that you check in with your primary care physician before you start any type of new exercise. These are incredibly gentle exercises, but given the circumstances, whether you're tired or you're injured, whatever the case may be, it's always good to know your body, right? So let's reach the fingertips out in front of us. We'll do this together today. So reach the palms out, squeeze them close, reach them out, squeeze them close. Don't forget the breathing. Inhale. Good. From here, let the palms open and both palms are going to reach down. Inhale, cranking the fingertips down. Bring them back up. Bring them down. Bring them up. Bring them down. Bring them up. Bring them down. Bring them up. Circle the arms, or really the wrists. So let the wrists circle around 3 times. 2 times, 1 time, reverse it, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now from this position, let's go ahead and allow this elbow to bend and extend. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Again, breathe into the nose, exhale to the nose. Same thing, opposite arm. Breathe it in, exhale. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach. Let's do 3 together. Breathe and bend. Exhale, reach. Feel the waist get long. Each time, feel the crown of the head go up toward the ceiling while you're breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Good. Now take one arm and you're literally going to circle that arm. So you're using the elbow. You're going to bring your head up today and just allow the head to circle a bit so that way you can move your face away from the palm so you don't whack yourself in the face. Breathe and circle. Good. Opening up through the joint. Isolate the elbow. Breathe and circle. And if it's too much on your neck, you don't have to do it. Just move the head. And again, breathe and circle. Same thing, opposite arm. Reach and circle around and forward. And circle and forward. Breathe in. Exhale. Reverse. Breathe. Circle. Inhale. Circle. One more time. And circle. Good. From here, bring both of your palms to the shoulders. You're going to reach the elbows up toward the ceiling. And drop the chest forward. Again, breathe. And open. Circle down. Again, breathe. And open. Circle down. Reverse. Open the chest. Lift up toward the ceiling. And down. Feel the length of the spine as you breathe. Lift the chest. Let the spine round. One more time. Open the elbows out. Lift through the heart. And exhale, release. All right. Lift your shoulders all the way up to the ears as you breathe in. Exhale, dump it out. Same thing. Inhale, reach. Exhale out. One more time. Breathe and lift the elbows and shoulders and everything tightens. And release. All right. And here, as we did in the beginning, we would start our head shaking, right? So you'll look to the left again. And since we did the neck earlier, I want to extend and go a little bit further. So bring that left arm across the knee and twist, feeling the right hip or the left hip, depending on where you're facing. Stay put. Look to the back of the room. Come back to the center. Again, breathe and twist. Look all the way toward the back of the room. This can be done in a chair. It can be done in the middle of the computer. It can be done during a class break. Again, inhale, reach and twist. Keeping the body isolated, staying forward, and the palms would go across the knee. Dump the air as you twist. Come back to the center. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, twist, exhale. Good, we're gonna repeat that. Switch the legs in front. All right, same thing. Inhale, breathe in. Twist. Come back to the center. Inhale. Exhale, twist. And center. Again, breathe in. Exhale, twist. Feel the hips stay even. Come back to the center. Breathe in. Exhale, twist. Come back to the center. All right, so you have a nice little spinal twist. When you're doing your twist, make sure your pelvis is not going every which way. Anchoring the pelvis is everything. Your goal is while you're breathing in to lengthen the spine so all the vertebrae extend. You feel all the musculature lengthen. And while you twist, you're wringing out all of the yuck out of the tummy. So all of the organs get this beautiful synchronized movement where you're twisting your upper torso, getting all of the internal organs a nice squeeze, while you stay isolated in the lower half of the pelvis, all right? So from this position, inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, let your whole body fall forward. If you're in a chair, you can just fold forward, drop the head down, feel the stretch in the lower back, and slowly, one vertebra at a time, stack the vertebra all the way back up. Okay, same thing again. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, let everything mold and fold forward. Stack each vertebra one at a time. Pull the navel in, engage the glutes, stack, lift, drop the shoulder blades down. One more time, just like this. Inhale, reach the arms above you. Exhale, let everything fold forward, drop the head, and slowly stack your vertebra up as you pull the navel in, 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 all right? Switch the legs in front. So the opposite foot is gonna come into the front. All right, we're going to do a little change here. Same concept in terms of activating the spinal structure. Reach your palms forward. Both of the shoulders are going to stay in alignment. Fingertips, you're going to imagine that there's a table in front of you. Right? I'll do this sideways so you can watch my back. This is the spine stretch forward. In Pilates, we're going to do a little variation on the yoga theme. Right? So you'll inhale, reach the body up nice and long, so it's almost like someone's lifting you up. Then as if there's a ball in front of you, slide your hands across the table as you drop the head, pulling the navel in. The lower half of the body is engaged and engaged and engaged and engaged. From here, the palms stay where they are. Stack your belly so the head comes up last. Stack it up, pull the navel in. Stack it up, pull the navel in. Stack it up, pull the navel in. Stack it up, drop your shoulder blades and get as tall as you can. Press your imaginary table down, getting taller and taller and taller. Inhale. Exhale, dump all the air out as you reach forward. Notice my breath change. I'm blowing out of the mouth right now. Breathe it in. Stack it up, pull the navel in. Stack it up, engage the abdomen a little bit more. Stack it up, keep reaching the fingertips, get taller, get taller, get taller. Last time, breathe it in. Exhale, dump it out. Pulling the navel in. Engage your glutes, stack the vertebra. Pull the navel in, stack taller, reach the arms. Stack taller, reach the arms. Stack taller until you get all the way up in front of an imaginary wall, pulling the navel in, and relax the arms, all right? So when you're doing that exercise, you're actually really opening up the back, engaging the abdomen, and then really lengthening and engaging the outside of the obliques, all of the lower abdominal muscles, and strong quadratus lumborum in the back of the body, all right? So from here, we're going to go into a nice little lateral flexion, all right? Reach the fingertips out to the side wall. Let one hand drop down to the mat and reach all the way up and over. And remember, you can do this exercise while you're seated. Both sides of your lats are trying to stay long And then look down toward the floor, feeling the left hip stay. And look back up. And everything's going to climb all the way back up as you feel lengthening and lengthening and lengthening. Inhale, breathe and reach the arm. Fingertip drops down. Look down toward the floor to begin. Feel both sides stay long through the body, left and right side. Take a gaze up. Come back to the side, down, and then come all the way back up. One more time each side. Breathe and lift. Crawl that hand out, feeling the waist get long on both sides of the body. Look down toward the fingertips. And look up toward the opposite palm. Feel the waist get longer. Go back down toward the floor and come all the way back up. Last one, breathe and lift. Look down toward the floor, crawling the fingertips out. Feel the pelvis stay nice and stabilized and balanced. Look up toward the ceiling. Look down toward the floor. And raise back up. All right, so from here, nice and simple, we're going to go into cat-cow. So find your palms down on the floor, go into all fours. All right, palms are down, feet are down. This is great for restorative, right? A nice restorative video, right? So you're gonna exhale, pull the navel in, drop the head down, release the head, dump all the air out of the mouth. Inhale, open up the chest, lift up through the front body. Again, exhale, round your back, pulling the navel in, release the crown of the head, pulling the navel in, push the palms away from the floor. Like you get up, you could come off the ground. That's how hard you're pushing. Exhale, open up the chest, arch the back, and lift. And your goal is to make sure that there is nothing hanging down below you. So this is flat, all right? You're not dumping the belly when you're here. You're pulling the navel in so there's support. Even when you arch the back and you curl the back, you're not dumping the abs. You're keeping them connected, all right? And again, exhale, open the chest, and arch the back. One last time, open the chest, and arch the back. All right, now from here, if that was good enough for you, you'll continue and you'll do the same exercise. If you want a little more, you're gonna tuck your toes, you're gonna pull the navel in and round your spine as you tuck your toes and push your feet, releasing the head, letting it in a nice stretch. Exhale, push the bottom or the top part of the foot into the floor, arch the back and open up the chest. Bend the elbows a little bit downward. And you're just kind of graduating your cat-cow. Tuck the toes, pulling the navel in, drop the head, giving you a little bit more dynamic movement here at the very end. Release the head, pulling the navel in, and then drop the knees, push the feet on the mat, arch the chest, lift up. As you pull the navel in, bend your elbows slightly as you push the palms away from the floor. Same thing, round the back, pull the navel in, tuck the toes, squeeze the navel in and up. Should see a nice hollow belly here. Push that floor like you're gonna do a push-up. You should be able to go right back out. And arch the back, open the chest, push into the mat, and then sit all the way back into a child's pose. Give yourself 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, Halasana. Exhale into the lower spine. Breathe into the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Good. And slowly bring your body up 1 vertebra at a time, pulling the navel in, stacking the spine, and release. All right? I hope you feel very different than when we started, okay? So I want to do 2 more things before we go. So if you feel like, I just want to keep things very low-key, I don't want to do anything too dynamic, you can skip this, right? We started very slow. We talked about doing restorative things. I'm going to give you, and I gave you that one dynamic thing at the end. We'll end with a nice, easy breath. But before we get into the very close, I want to go into some small little dynamic goodie, all right? So if you were fine with that last exercise, which is palms down, right? You're doing cat-cow. And then I'm going to take this off for a minute, because it'll be easier for me to show you without a bunch of stuff. And right? So you were doing cat-cow, rounding the back, opening up the chest, right? And then we did the little graduating version here, pulling the navel in, pushing the feet off, arching the back, open the chest, right? So from here, you're gonna tuck the toes, pull the navel in, all right? And you're gonna walk your feet back to plank and look straight out. Then you're gonna come back into that same curled spine and lower your knees and arch the back. So you're just adding on to what you were doing. Tuck the toes, pull the navel in, lift the knees off. If you have any issues with your wrists or joints, not for you. Out to plank position, pulling the navel in. Good. Come back to that little curled position like a blank angry cat. And knees down. And arch the back. So the whole time your upper body is really engaged. Pull the navel in, drop the head, tuck the feet, walk out to plank. Notice the crown of my head goes out. So you're really pushing away. Pulling the navel in, come back. Curl the spine. Lower the knees. And arch the back. It's like a little nice dynamic cat-cow. Round the back, tuck the toes, pull the navel in. Out to plank. And come back in, round your spine. Lower the feet. And stretch out the spine. And two more. Round your spine. Tuck, tuck, curl. Plank, plank. And if you want to add a little bit more, you can push up, stretch it out. Come back. Curl. Lower the knees. Arch the back. All right. There's always a way to advance, and there's always a way to make things much more simple. I'd say during finals time, keep it simple. All right, go back to your child's pose. Drop the head, pull the navel in. 2 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last deep breath into the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. Great, all right? I hope that went well for you, and I hope you were respectful to your body and decided, was this for me, or did I really need to sit that last thing out, right? When you review the video later and you do it on another day, you can always do the dynamic part and leave the others, just leave them out. You don't have to, do more unless it's, the Olympics. And although life can feel like the Olympics sometimes, that is not what this is for. This today specifically is to take care of you and support you. So while we're still in the season of exams, I feel like Samavriti, which is a golden box breathing, is a great way to finish, all right? So let's find ourselves in a seated position again. You'll have yourself, if you need a little bit of support, find a chair or a wall. And what you'll do is you're gonna picture a box in front of you, a gold box, right? So find the box, draw it, all right? And that's basically what you're gonna be doing the whole time. You're gonna be drawing this beautiful golden box, right? You put whatever you want inside the box. It can be, something that you really care about, something that you're aspiring to do, or something that your exams, if you're, joining us for these lovely exams at SCU, it's a great way to just funnel all of the great intention and know that all the work that you did, trust that it's going to manifest, and everything always works out exactly as planned. All right. So soften your eyes if you'd like. Otherwise, you'll breathe in and you'll draw that box. You'll breathe in and you'll inhale for 4. Draw the box going upward. You don't have to do it physically, but you can picture it in your head. I'm just going to draw it for formality. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it as you cross. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. And hold. Again, breathe it in. Draw the box up. 2, 3, 4. Hold it up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. And hold. Good. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Across. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. And hold. Draw your box up for 4, 2, breathe in, 3, 4, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale as you draw down, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 2 more on your own. Good. Return to your natural breathing and slowly open your eyes. All right. I hope that went really well for you. This was a very gentle approach to movement today. So today we did Padavaktasana 1. We started with Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, breathing exercise, very calming, very self-regulating. And at the end, we did a little bit of dynamic stretch, a little bit of dynamic cat-cow, where we did some plank, but nothing that you couldn't handle if you should be doing it. All right, so happy to have you join me again. Looking forward to your views or comments in the future, and feel free to keep this video anytime you have something coming up where you need just a little gentle push to regulate and ground yourself. Remember, I'm here every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. You don't have to do it alone. All you have to do is show up, and the rest we can do together. Until next time, ciao. It's Natalie here. Until next time.